Nectar Fable Warrior being shaken up, and this leader's going okay, Young Mulga. 2 lengths away, Manor High Miss, followed by High Gorgeous in need of a run. In behind them, Vindaloo now hooked to the outside, followed by Lanier, and 2 lengths away, Tally's Grace. At the 2:20, though, it's still Young Mulga. Over a length and a half in front. Manor High Miss, the grey, gets to second. Fable Warrior can't go on. High Gorgeous making ground, followed by Vindaloo. Young Mulga a length and a half in front. High Gorgeous on the outside is now starting to bridge the gap. High Gorgeous doing a little bit the better than Young Mulga. It's grabbing him in the shadows of the post, and High Gorgeous may have wanted a nose to Young Mulga. A length and a half away, third Manor High Miss from Vindaloo, Fable Warrior Lanier, and last in was Tally's.
And we'll have the official result and tote dividends for you very shortly on that event. Let's check again the result of the Caulfield Cup, the big one of the day, the Foster's Caulfield Cup. Tristark 335, 135. Our Sophia number 12, 130. Now they started equal favourites in the race, and third was 7 Lacquer Reason, $1.80. Quinella 10.25. Trifecta $182.70. And we'll be back at Caulfield for the running of the Richard Ellis after this break.
Sunday night.
Field is set for the running of the Richard Ellis Plate. Settling in the stalls. Now the light goes on. They're racing. And a little slow Missionary. Miner's Man bounced out in front on the inside, and getting away quite well too was Globetrotter. A bunch of them going round the outside towards the leader now, and they settle down into stride, including Bayswater, but over the hill now, and a good battle for the lead here. Miner's Man just in front of Bayswater over on the inside, and they were followed by Steal a Star going up towards the leaders. They were followed a length and a half to Testimony over on the outside, and just with those horses then after a gap is IKEA, and then came Globetrotter followed by Bullion Broker. Well back in the field is Bismay, followed by Keepers Burana and Clip Boss a long way back also with Mendira, Twile and Missionary, and Sports Ruler is absolute last. As they come towards the turn, 600 metres to go, and Miner's Man a half length Bayswater. Steal a Star looking for a run over on the inside of those horses with Testimony. Globetrotter starting to make a little bit of ground as they come towards the turn into the straight, and they were followed by Missionary and Keepers round the outside with a good run from Mendira, Twile. Miner's Man left the rail. Steal a Star got the run on the inside as they straightened up from Bayswater. Testimony struggling. Globetrotter is under the whip. Burano starting to run on fairly from Mendira, Twile. Miner's Man in front still with 150 to go. He kicked away. Miner's Man a length and a half clear. Mendira, Twile starting to fly, but Miner's Man in front, and he's going to win it. Miner's Man's beaten Mendira, Twile. Globetrotter third from Testimony, Clip Boss. Then came Bayswater, and Keepers Bullion Broker over on the outside of those horses was at the head of the others, and they were followed further back in the field then. Keepers, Burano in that pack, IKEA and Bismay. Bullion Broker is back with those horses as they go over the line, and Solitaire Love back behind them, and Sports Ruler one of the last to finish. Number 6 is the winner, Miner's Man, ridden by G. Phillips. Number 6, Miner's Man, G. Phillips first. Number 3, Mendira Etoile, D. Short was second. And number 5, Globetrotter, ridden by D. Gauchi was third. 6, 3 and 5. Wait up, the Richard Ellis Plate, number 6, Miner's Man, $6.40 and $1.50. Mendira Etoile, $2, and Globetrotter, $80, Quinella, $33.10, Trifecta, $367.40. And the previous race from Bendigo, event 6, number 2, High Gorgeous in a photo, 140 and 90, number 5, Young Mulga, 85, and no third dividend for number 9, Manor High Miss. Quinella, 135, and the Trifecta, $13.20.
Carlton are proud to be associated with Sevens Racing.
Go for the greatness.
Just under the each way quote has been the best backed. Perfect day, sun streaming down at the moment. Now Speedy Opaque appears to have gone in. Rolanda is still out. Speedy Opaque has gone in, and Regal Reform still out behind the line, but there's one giving trouble towards the outside. It's a little bit hard to pick up at the moment from here. Speedy Opaque has gone in. They're concentrating on one towards the centre of the outside. Now Regal Reform coming up, so the line must be okay. Regal Reform goes in. It's in, Regal Reform. And they all appear to be in. They are. And set for race 7 over 1,600 metres. The starter's on his platform. There's the light. All set for a start. Light still on. Ready to break. French Influence a little bit edgy. Racing. French Influence, one of the best to begin. No anchors, threw his head up in the air shortly after the start with Rolanda. The favourites missed it a length and a half, and second last on settling down. And French Influence, one of the best to begin, and leads at the 1,400 by a length and a half to O'Laddie, and working up to be third, Law Power. In behind them, Russian Green fourth, 2 lengths away, Pure Chic. Going forward now is Speedy Opaque, followed by Quick to Shift. A length and a half away is Ellie Ember. In behind them came a Crew. Back in behind them came Rolanda, the favourite, racing wide. 2 lengths away, No Anchors, and a length and a half away, Regal Reform. At the 1,000, French Influence, the pilot, by a length and a half. Working up as Speedy Opaque, followed by Law Power. In behind them came O'Laddie, the inside. 2 lengths away, Pure Shake and Quick to Shift, followed by Russian Green. 2.5 away, Rolanda, working up to be midfield. Inside the 800 and about 6 off the lead and not going well at the moment. In behind them came a Crew, followed by Ellie Ember, No Anchors, and 2 lengths away, Regal Reform. Before the turn, though, 600 metres out, Speedy Opaque works up and draws a neck in front of French Influence, followed by Quick to Shift and O'Laddie. In behind them, Law Power, followed by Pure Chic is going forward. Russian Green back on the rail and hooked to the outside. No Anchors from well back, followed by Rolanda. They fan, though, 350 metres out. Speedy Opaque just in front. French Influence coming again. And Russian Green is getting a split and coming quickly. And Ellie Ember making round the rail. O'Laddie is wider out, followed by Pure Chic. 200 metres out. Russian Green on the outside drew a neck in front of French Influence. Wider out as Pure Chic is making ground. Russian Green just in front. Pure Chic on the outside, wearing it down. Pure Chic is doing a little bit the better. It's grabbing Russian Green, and Pure Chic has one in a neck to Russian Green, and a half head away French Influence. Quick to Shift was close up with O'Laddie, Regal Reform. Then Ellie Ember in behind them. Back on the rail came Law Power, followed by a Crew. Then No Anchors, Rolanda wider out, and pulling up quickly, Regal Reform last.
Tonight.
Disturb seems to be ready. Starter going to his platform. Shot is in. They're all set for a start. Light on. They're ready. A little bit of movement. Oh, there's one rearing high in about 3. It might have been Mr. Magic has reared up high. Light goes off. And just can't see exactly what's happening around there. It's obscured from our view. Mr. Magic is out of the stalls. The other runners all standing up. Oh, definitely is Mr. Magic. He's a great galloper, but he's always had this trait all his life, that he's never been happy in the stalls. Oh, there's one gone through on the outside too. It's cantered down the track. It's Shot, I feel. That's the name, not the action. Yes, Shot it is. And it's coming down the track, slowly down the railway side of the track. So that's unfortunate. That'll probably mean that it will be withdrawn from the race. Cantering down towards the turn into the straight. And meanwhile, Mr. Magic seems to be back in the stalls. But Shot making his way round the turn into the straight. Crowd give him a great roar, and of course as they roar, off he goes even faster.
That came up well.
So the crowd roaring. Shot, riderless, galloping proudly down past the winning post. The other runners still in the stalls. Now I should imagine that as soon as they get hold of this horse, that Shot will be taken from the track and will presumably be a non-starter in the race. He's galloped straight back to the the horse stalls, and the siren has sounded, so we're just standing by for an announcement. Now, would you please note number 13, Shot, has been withdrawn by the stewards at 4:23. Shot withdrawn by the stewards at 4:23, and I should imagine as soon as the starter gets the all clear from the stewards that Shot has been taken out of harm's way, that this field will get underway. They're still in the stalls, and I noticed an attendant has Shot and is about to lead him clear, so we should have them ready to go again at any moment. The chief steward, Mr. Lawler, has been on the phone, I feel, to the starter, and the starter seems to be coming round to mount his platform again, and they'll soon be ready. Oh, there's one undisturbed, nearly got rid of the rider out wide. Settling in the saddle again, Mr. Magic settles okay. An announcement regarding betting on Shot and the other runners will be made after the race. Light on and away they go. Lord Galaxy began quickly with Undisturbed out wide on the track, and Let Me Tell came out very smartly too in the centre. They're followed by In the Slot, who got away nicely and is up with the leaders, and Rocky Mac showing speed. They're not going all that fast, settling down. Silver Cossack on the rails. New Atlantis is well back in the centre of the track, in the centre of the field with Viva Vane, and Campaign King is last. As they went to the 700-metre mark, Let Me Tell In the Slot together about a length in front here of New Atlantis and Undisturbed going up on the outside. Rocky Mac and Silver Cossack behind those horses from Lord Galaxy, Viva Vane. Campaign King commencing a run from a long way back in the field, and then Viva Vane. New Atlantis race to the lead out wide on the corner. New Atlantis in front of Let Me Tell, followed by In the Slot, Silver Cossack. Lord Galaxy struggling. Campaign King starting to come home fairly well. It's New Atlantis in front from Let Me Tell, 100 to go, and to go for the whip. Campaign King finishing fast, might be too late. New Atlantis in front, Campaign King's got to get him, and Campaign King's got up the win from New Atlantis. Lord Galaxy was third from In the Slot, Let Me Tell, then Undisturbed, followed further back at the head of the others by Silver Cossack, Manarek, Pete's Choice, who was never in it, from Viva Vane, then In the Slot and Mr. Magic. What a performance. 1100-metre race, and he's come from last at the 800 to make it 10 wins from 12 starts. Official placings for the Brill Cream National Sprint Championship. Number 6, Campaign King, ridden by G. Murphy, is first. Number 7, New Atlantis, G. Willett second. And number 1, Lord Galaxy, ridden by D. Gauchi, was third. Well, what a run, what a horse. Campaign King, from last to first in an 1100-metre race, which they dispersed of in 1 minute 4.9 seconds. The winner of the Brill Cream National Sprint Championship, number 6, Campaign King, a chestnut-coloured 3-year-old by Saron from Acid Queen, raced by G and Mrs. J. Farrar and Mrs. G.M. Theodore, trained at Berrigan by L.J. Theodore, ridden by Gary Murphy, and that is his 10th win from 12 starts. Second, number 7, New Atlantis, G. Willets. Third, number 1, Lord Galaxy, D. Gauchi. Officially fourth, Rocky Mac. And fifth, Let Me Tell.
Today's racing telecast is another Carlton sporting coverage.
Go for the greatness.
Here is the double result. 14 Tristark and 6 Campaign King, $11.30. The daily double today, and the quadrella 1566, $471.65. $471.65 for those of you smart enough to pick the quadrella 1566. And we'll check Bendigo race 7. Number 11 Pure Shake, 535 165. Number 7 Russian Grey, 190. Number 6 French Influence, 170. Quinella, $21.45, and the trifecta $374.50. And the daily double at Bendigo for 1 and 11, $41.50. Incidentally, the horse that bolted shot did the same thing last week. Race 7 at Caulfield. It was Campaign King 195 and 85, New Atlantis 85 and Lord Galaxy 80, the Quinella $4.10 and the Trifecta $13.95.
Start at Bendigo, still a little time there before the action starts, although the first of them are starting to move into line at Bendigo for race 8, the TV8 Improvers Handicap. It's a 2200 metre run.
Attended in with Carapom, Bold Spirited ducking his head, Island Sun Towie racing. Hino began quite well. Carapom missed it by a length towards the inside. Coup de Plume began okay. It's going forward with Bold Spirited. Straightness down the outside looking for the lead and will take over out of the straight. In behind them Carapom, followed by Nash Royale. Then Island Sun, Lady Leontine Reformer, and a length and a half away Togacade. Out of the straight of the 1850, and Straightness took over and led by a length and a half to Hino. Working up as Carapom on the inside, followed by Coup de Plume. In behind them scouting wide as Bold Spirited, followed by Island Sun. Going forward Nash Royale off the track. In behind them Lady Leontine Reformer back on the rail and 2 lengths away Togacade. At the 1600, and Straightness in control by 3/4 to Hino, and a neck on the outside Bold Spirit, a length and a half away Carapom. In behind them came Coup de Plume, 2.5 away Nash Royale, followed by Island Sun, and the saddle on Bold Spirit has slipped. He's hard up on the withers, Bold Spirited. 2 lengths away Lady Leontine, back in behind them Reformer, and Togacade last. Along the back of the 1250, and Straightness left alone. He's 2 lengths in front, and the saddle has slipped badly on Bold Spirited second. A neck on the inside as Hino. A length and a half away Nash Royale going forward with Lady Leontine 4 wide. Carapom back on the rail, followed by Coup de Plume. In behind them came Island Sun, followed by Reformer. He's now 3rd last and going forward with Togacade. They're starting to pack up though at the 850. Straightness in front only by a length to Hino, and going forward now around the outside as Lady Leontine. Bold Spirited still there despite the saddle slipping a long way out. Togacade now hooked to the outside, making ground. In behind them came Nash Royale, followed by Reformer. 2 lengths away Coup de Plume, being hard ridden from Carapom. He drops out to last, and second last is Island Sun. Around the turn though at the 450, and quickly Hino tackled by Nash Royale on the outside, and Togacade wider out making ground. Bold Spirited gone, followed by Lady Leontine, and from well back Island Sun making ground. In the straight though at the 250, Nash Royale drew a length in front. Togacade under pressure, Hino boxing on. Reformer making some ground, followed by Coup de Plume, but Nash Royale well clear at the 150. He looks home. He's 3 lengths in front of Coup de Plume, making ground to second. Interest only in the minors. Hino may run third from Reformer and Togacade, but Nash Royale wins by 3 lengths to Coup de Plume. 3 lengths away third Hino, a nose to Reformer. Then Togacade, Lady Leontine, Island Sun. Well back in the race was Carapom. Straightness has run second last, and last in after the saddle slipping at about the 1650 was Bold Spirited.
5, 3 and 8 the unofficial numbers at Bendigo race 8. The last here, the HRY.
The last race of the Caulfield Carnival. Field settles, light is on. They stand and they're racing. Near the inside, Gothic Steeple well away with Avanotto, and also Castanilla from So Vague, Nifty Boy. Cellaware working towards the lead with Roche, and then came Jamaica in. Round the outside, Ken's Fortune, Soldier Squeak. Cromarty Bay is back with them as they settle down. Palooka just in front of them from Naliska and Fumicle. Heading towards the 1600, Gothic Steeple in front by a length and a half to Roche. About a length to Castanilla, pulling a little on the outside of Avanotto, and a length now to Ken's Fortune. They're followed by Nifty Boy, So Vague, the rails from Palooka, a length to Cellaware, Cromarty Bay, Soldier Squeak. 2 lengths Jamaica in Naliska, and last Fumicle. Up the hill to the 1300, and Gothic Steeple bowling along in front, a length and a half to Roche. 1.5 Avanotto, and settling a bit better Castanilla. 2 lengths Ken's Fortune and a half Nifty Boy. 2 lengths further back Palooka covering So Vague, and a couple of lengths to Cellaware, Cromarty Bay 3 deep. On the rails then came Soldier Squeak, a length to Jamaica in, and they were followed further back at the rear by Naliska and also Fumicle. With 900 to go, Gothic Steeple kicked away again, more than 2 lengths to Roche, a length and a half further back on the inside of them, Avanotto. On the outside, Castanilio, who's being sent forward now, and Ken's Fortune on its heels from Nifty Boy. Then Palooka, a length and a half further back, Cromarty Bay. So Vague in a bit of trouble on the rails. Jamaica into the outside from Chelaware. Past the 600, and Gothic Steeple only a half length to Roche. A length away third is Castanillia from Ken's Fortune. Then Palooka going round the outside, Jamaica in, and pulled out very deep on the track is Naliska, and So Vague getting off the fence with Nifty Boy. Roche and Gothic Steeple led into the straight. Gothic Steeple kicked away. Shot away 2 lengths in front of Roche, and then Nifty Boy, So Vague. Ken's Fortune next from Palooka. They're going to have trouble getting this, although So Vague gets out now. So Vague is flying after Gothic Steeple, and the American horse So Vague raced to the lead near the line, and it's So Vague winning by a length to Gothic Steeple. Ken's Fortune third from Palooka, Roche, Chelaware. Then Cromarty Bay, followed by Fumical. Behind them came Naliska, Nifty Boy, Jamaica in. Then Avanotto, Soldier Sweet back near the rear of the field, and Castanillia, one of the last to finish. Official placings for the HR Way Welter. Number 2 is the winner, So Vague, ridden by D. Gauci. Number 2, So Vague, D. Gauci first. Number 14, Gothic Steeple, G. Murphy was second. And number 9, Ken's Fortune, ridden by J. Cassidy, was third. 2, 14 and 9. Racing, prolific through its head in the air. We look at the totes there, and the candidates come back to scale, and we do trust that you've enjoyed the telecast as So Vague comes back. The winner, number 2, So Vague, a bay horse 5-year-old by Empery from Mary Says, raced by Hyperion Thoroughbreds Limited, Keenland Syndicate manager A.D. Gainey, trained by Colin Hayes and ridden by Darren Gauci. Second, number 14, Gothic Steeple, G. Murphy. Third, number 9, Ken's Fortune, J. Cassidy. Officially fourth, Palooka, and fifth was Gosh. And so that brings us to the end of our Caulfield Cup Day telecast. We do hope you've backed a winner. Don't forget Moonee Valley next Saturday. We hope we'll have the pleasure of your company then. And breakfast with the stars at Moonee Valley on Tuesday. Harness racing tonight. Good night, good fortune.